Hey, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're gonna talk about the only zero risk way to become an entrepreneur. Now, I'm gonna get right into this. The only zero risk way to become an entrepreneur is to build an audience before you start any type of business that has a product or service that you're gonna create. And in order to build an audience, I have a little bit more specific guidance for this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna build up a following on either a blog or any other type of free social media platform. Now, I'm gonna get to my recommendations for the best channels to start on, but first I wanna talk about the reasons for why this is the best way to become an entrepreneur. And it's not what you're gonna think. It's not because you need an audience so that you can then have someone ready to purchase something down the road when you have something to sell. That's not actually why. Because chances are the first channel that you build up or the first audience you build will have nothing to do with the eventual products or services you wanna offer if you wanna become an entrepreneur. What this is gonna do for you is a lot more foundational than helping you to eventually, sell that final product or service that's gonna make you that successful entrepreneur you wanna be. What building up an audience is gonna do is it's gonna give you the discipline of interacting with a number of important skill sets. Now, the top of the list for those skill sets are selling skills and building skills. If you haven't already watched my video on the top 2 paths to become an entrepreneur, I go over this whole topic in detail. But the bottom line is that the 2 main skills that you need, or types or categories of skills that you need as an entrepreneur, are building skills and selling skills. And these are very different, and they're not normally combined in many different types of jobs. But one of the ways that you can get basic selling skills and building skills are to build up some sort of following on a free blogging or social media platform. And the reason for that is because you need to understand the user psychology and practical persuasion that's required to get people to follow you and be interested in what you're saying. And at the same time, you need to understand a basic level of technical and design skills to put content out in whatever medium you choose to go with. So if you're disciplined about posting on a platform like a blog or a social media channel like YouTube or Instagram, you're gonna have to know all these skills and you're gonna have to be practicing and applying them regularly. And that habit in and of itself is gonna help you regardless of what type of product or service you eventually wanna sell or what type of entrepreneurial endeavor you eventually want to undertake. So if you think this might be a good idea and you're interested to hear a little bit more, I'm gonna now talk about which platforms I think are best to start with. And really right now, it's 2019, middle of the year. I think the best platforms to start with are A, a blog, B, a YouTube channel, or C, an Instagram account. And the reason for that is because these 3 mediums right now are some of the most far-reaching mediums you can have. And they all have some serious pros and cons. For all you marketers out there, people that already have a little background in this, Instagram, one of the main downsides is the content is ephemeral. It's not really easy to search through an Instagram feed. And once you put something out there, people aren't gonna keep going back to it. It's usually only good for a short period of time. That being said, the reach and exposure you can get on a platform like Instagram is pretty amazing, and it's hard to compare or really beat on any other platform. Now, YouTube, just like a blog, does have searchable content that has a little bit more use over time and makes a better sort of database for your content that people will continuously be able to benefit from. Now, the downside to something like YouTube is that you don't own the channel like you do a blog. So with that, we'll get into blogs. And really the best part about a blog is that you own the whole thing. If you have a blog or your self-hosted website, that's your property. It's not on anyone's social media and you own it. Now, the downside is this is the hardest to build up exposure on and get consistent traffic for because you're starting from scratch. This isn't a site with billions of users. You're really gonna have to be more creative and get really deep into the technical aspects of setting up that site before you're able to see a lot of the benefit. Now, that being said, with some of those pros and cons, any one of those 3 are a guarantee to start your career online and as an entrepreneur and start to learn some of these skills. If you look at any successful YouTuber or Instagrammer or blogger, they had to learn a number of skills having to do with marketing, technology, and user psychology. While they might not go super deep into any one of these fields, it lays the perfect foundation for you to have more abilities as an entrepreneur down the road. In addition to that, if you start to build up a following online, it shows people that you're serious and disciplined and have at least a baseline level of world abilities to build something up on your own and promote it. Choose skills that are crucial to any entrepreneurial endeavor. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really, the main point I want to make is that it's not to have an audience to sell a product or service. That's a secondary benefit. The primary benefit is learning all the skills that are necessary to build up any one of these social media channels or personal properties. So anyway, I promise this is the end. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment below letting me know what else you guys would like to hear about in these videos. And as always, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you get notified anytime that I come out with a new video. Thank you guys for watching.